What's up everyone, OJ here. Welcome back to another video, and it is time. Nintendo of America has announced a brand new 40-minute Nintendo Direct that's going down on September 4th at 3 p.m. PT. That is 6 p.m. Eastern time. If you live in other time zones, I will have a time conversion type of place that you can go to, link in the description below, so you can get the time for when it's going down in your area. But this is definitely going to be good, and I have a number of reasons to believe why that this Nintendo Direct is going to be an amazing Nintendo Direct, and we could finally see Monolith Soft's new project and what they're going to be doing. This is definitely going to be that Direct, or there's going to be something from Monolith Soft at this Direct. But before we get into that, let's talk about this Nintendo Direct and what Nintendo had to say officially on Twitter. So they did say Nintendo Direct 9/4/2019, that is this Thursday, once again 3 p.m. PT, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Tune in for roughly 40 minutes of information focused on 2019 Nintendo Switch games, including Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield and Luigi's Mansion 3. So it looks like they are going to have maybe some showcases on those games, revealing more details and information about them, and then also other new games for 2019. This isn't going to be necessarily a 2020 show out all the different games that are coming out next year, because Nintendo usually has an early Direct in the year where they talk more about the recent games for that year. But I think there's going to be a lot of third-party offerings as well. So let's go ahead and get into what we could be seeing at this Nintendo Direct. Now, we've already had a spectacular year for Nintendo content. It has been phenomenal. I think that it's been one of the best years of all time when it comes for Nintendo systems and content. Look at what we've just got over the summer with games like Super Mario Maker 2. We've also had Fire Emblem 3 Houses, and just getting Astral Chain on the Nintendo Switch. 3 highly rated, very good games, and that's not even everything, because this September we're getting games like Daemon X Machina. We're also getting Link's Awakening and Dragon Quest XI S Definitive Edition, on top of stuff like Ni no Kuni, Spyro. We already got stuff like God Eater 3, Dragon Quest Builders 2, and more. There's just been a ton of great first-party and third-party games in the past 3 months, and they're going to be taking things up another notch when it comes to 2019 games. So some of the stuff that we've already heard about, guys, is there has been like the Overwatch leak, which we talked about that. So I think that Overwatch is definitely going to be there. For those who don't remember, Nintendo on these big September Directs, they usually have a lot of big first-party games that they show off. So like last year, they showed off for the first time, we got to see like Luigi's Mansion and Animal Crossing and games like that. But they also kind of get into a lot of third-party games that are kind of coming out that year, usually November, right? October, November, they'll show off a bunch of third-party games that you didn't expect to be on the system. Witcher 3 is coming over, we already know about that, but that's the style or the type of game that usually gets showcased at this Nintendo Direct, or these Nintendo Directs in the September type of year, the fall Directs. And Overwatch definitely fits that bill when it comes to it. We are probably getting some new Assassin's Creed games, and when I mean new, as in new for the Switch, as in old games before. So like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Assassin's Creed Rogue, there was some listings for those games too, so I would expect something like that. I'd also expect some other types of older ports to come over to the Nintendo Switch, so think like 2017 or 2018 PS4 and Xbox One games, more Japanese titles to be coming over as well, more Japanese RPGs, stuff like that. So I would just expect games like that to be coming over. I'm not exactly sure which games outside of what I already talked about will come over, but don't be surprised to see 2017, 2018 PS4 and Xbox One games finally make their way over to the Nintendo Switch at this Direct, and maybe even launching this year. Now, we did talk about like Outer Worlds, or there was Nintendo where they had the official video, so even that's coming over to Nintendo Switch, so maybe we get the first footage of that game at this Direct. But I think that the big highlight for this Direct, the big showstopper for this Direct, and what I talked about before at the beginning, was Monolith Soft's new game, or Monolith Soft's game. Whatever they're working on, is going to be at this direct, in terms of maybe even Takahashi-san's new game, or even like a port of Xenoblade Chronicles X from the Wii U over to the Nintendo Switch, or maybe even something bigger than that. Maybe it's a double pack. We have a complete remake or port of Xenoblade Chronicles, and we also have Xenoblade Chronicles X, and there's some type of collection that they put it together and put it out on the Switch, and it's $120 because I would buy it for that price. But no, they wouldn't charge that much for it. But maybe they do something like that. And what makes me confident that this is going to happen, and shout outs to my boys on Twitter for linking me this one, Mr. Takahashi-san's wife, the lead of Monolith Soft, the president of Monolith Soft, his wife retweeted the Nintendo Direct, and you guys know what this means. This is literally like clockwork. If she retweets the Nintendo Direct, something that her husband or Monolith Soft is working on is in the Direct. And this dates all the way back to the freaking Wii U. When they first started doing these Directs, this has pretty much happened every single time. I haven't counted a time where she has retweeted the Direct and there wasn't something there. Now, there's been times that there's been a Direct and she doesn't retweet the Direct. She doesn't retweet it at all. So it seems like she's tipped her hand that there is going to be Monolith Soft there, and man, let's just go over the possibilities already with something new. So I think that Monolith Soft is working on a number of projects. I think that we're going to get either one of these two things. I think that we're going to get a brand new Xenoblade game that kind of branches off from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Xenoblade Chronicles the original, Xenoblade Chronicles X, branches off. It's Xenoblade, but it's something completely different. Or we're going to get a brand new IP that they just call something else, right? It's not associated with Xenoblade, doesn't have the name, it's just called something else, and it's branched off in a new IP for Monolith Soft. I think that those are the two areas that they can go if it's not the Xenoblade Chronicles X or original Xenoblade Chronicles on the Nintendo Switch, or it can be those and this one right here. I'm not saying that it's going to be either or anything like that. It could be all of them at this Nintendo Direct, because it has been too long. We have been waiting too long. It's been 2017. We had 2018. Yes, we had Torn of the Golden Country, but we knew about that. It's time for a new Xenoblade, or it's time for a new Monolith Soft fix. I need it. It's been since 2018. We're 2019 now. I need something from Monolith Soft new to play. Heck, even if it's an older game of theirs being brought over to put on the Switch, I need something, because they are that good. Nintendo and Bandai Namco do have a great relationship, so maybe they bring over something like Xenosaga to the Nintendo Switch. There could be something like that that the other teams have been working on. There is a lot of possibilities. Maybe we finally get that Xenosaga HD collection, and if they did that, I was talking about it the other day, that some of my most prized possessions are recovering my Xenosaga 1, 2, and 3 that were stolen from me in college, and I bought them all back, I think 2 years ago or something like that. So I would love for them to bring a Xenosaga HD collection to the Switch. That would be a phenomenal announcement. Or even if they have something else that they've worked on in their past, like Abats and Kaitos, a brand new one, some of the older ones, bringing that over along with the new game announcement, that would make this Nintendo Direct just even that much more special, on top of the third-party announcements, on top of maybe some new first-party games, and we will probably see something maybe from Town. I think that people have kind of somewhat forgot about that. Some people have been questioning where that game is, so maybe we see Town reemerge, and that could be a game that is released after Pokemon Sword and Shield. So we'll have to wait and see about that one, but there is a lot of possibilities. I'm excited because Monolith Soft is probably going to be there, at least based off of the history and what happens when she does retweet it. It does seem like Monolith Soft is going to be at the party. I also think that there's going to be some Super Smash Brothers news there. Maybe we get the release date or a shadow drop of Banjo for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and we get the first reveal trailer for whoever the next Fighters Pass character is going to be, and we could possibly finally see the first footage of Bayonetta 3 on the Nintendo Switch, and maybe when that's going to be dropping. Those are both possibilities as well. I will be streaming it, guys. I'll be going live before to kind of talk to you guys and get you guys' predictions. We're going to be doing stuff today about it as well, so we're going to have plenty of live streams so you guys can talk. People that are watching the videos on YouTube, plenty of time for you guys to put your own comments. So what do you guys think about this Nintendo Direct going down? What do you guys think what's going to happen here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go and check out the links in the description below. We have Facebook and Twitter. Go and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to PlayerEssence for latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.